that doesn't even really matter, now that this big thing happened over here. But why do we have to get to that point? Why can't we, in our daily life, without something horrific happening, why can't we get to the point where we are able to see and say, that doesn't really matter? That doesn't really matter. Hey. All right, so today I wanted to talk about regulating your peace. You remember that song, Regulators? Do, 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 do. Okay, but anyways, regulating your peace is so important, and it's something that we can all do and have at our disposal. So I want to run through some ways that you can incorporate regulating your peace into your life and making it a practice that can help you. So the first thing is you want to build emotional awareness. And when you think of emotional awareness, it's really being aware of your emotions. And you can become aware of your emotions simply by asking yourself a series of questions or one simple question. Let's say you're in the midst of a situation and you can ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And I'll link something down below, but there's like a pinwheel, and sometimes we just can't find the words. Well, this wheel, when you look at it, you can screenshot it too and have it on your phone. And sometimes when you're alone, or you can get to yourself, you can just pull it up and look at it on your phone, and you can put a word with the emotion, because sometimes we have like go-to emotions that we want to leverage, but there are specific words, specific emotions that we just might not be able to articulate in a moment where emotions are running high, and we just can't label it. So I think that'll really help. Number 2 is setting boundaries. And setting boundaries, we talked about this in several videos. With setting boundaries, it's to protect you from being overwhelmed by known triggers or known things that you choose to either refrain from or entertain. So something that you can do is someone, maybe those around you, you can have conversations with them. One of the ways that it's recommended for you to set boundaries is you can simply use the I feel emotion when situation, and I need a specific action. So this looks like, I feel disregarded when you talk while I'm talking. I need you to wait until I finish speaking before you start speaking. And that's you setting a boundary, and it lets the other person know how you feel when they, in this example, start talking while you're talking. And hopefully, you can set boundaries that people will respect. That's our hope. All right. Number 3 is practicing mindfulness. And you can practice mindfulness a number of ways. I use breathing. So with your mindfulness practice, I call it the box breathing, because it's the same on all the sides. So with the box breathing, what you'll want to do is you're going to want to breathe in, inhale for 4, exhale for 4, inhale for 4, and exhale for 4. And what helps too is if you almost make it seem like you're drawing on a box. So that's something that you can do to be mindful, to practice mindfulness in a moment. Maybe there's something that is escalating, and that practice right there can help you. Number 4 is focus on what you can control. I think it's beneficial to know what you can and what you can't control. And one way that you can identify those things is simply making a list, taking a few seconds, minutes to think about that. What are the things that are in my control, and what are the things that are not in my control? And, when you're making a list regarding the things that are in your control, you can think of things like your expenses, not expenses necessarily, but what you choose to spend money on, budgeting, places you go, people you speak with. Making a list of the things that are in your control can really help you with when you are in a situation that does feel or seem out of your control. Then you can ask yourself, okay, how can I grow from this? Because this is something I can't control. I can't change it. How can I grow from this? And that can help you reclaim some control, because now you're looking at, through this situation, how can I better myself? Bettering myself is in my control. So how can I better myself in the midst of this situation that seems out of my control? So I find that to be helpful in the midst of a situation. And prior to being in a situation, you have that list, so you know in advance, I'm going to focus on the things that I can control, and the things that I can't control, I'm going to seek for ways to grow from them. Number 5 is reframe your perspective. So sometimes we can have a certain type of self-talk that maybe is not benefiting us and it's not serving us. So what you can do is, it's similar to the breathing, right? But it's out with the negative talk, in with the positive talk. And that positive talk can be, this is a difficult situation, but I'm going to grow from it. Today is a rainy day outside, but I'm going to have a wonderful day because that's what's in my control. I'm going to control my mindset. I might not have handled that the best, but I will not handle it like that going forward. You see, it's quickly, like, how can you, quickly adjust your frame of mind or your thoughts or your words without lying? Because it's important to be honest. Yeah, something might be difficult. Something might not be how you want it to be, but just knowing that regardless, this is the thing that you're going to work towards, or that you want to focus on. So that's why it's important to control the perspective that you have in the midst of something, because that's something that, regardless of the weather, regardless of what someone said, regardless of what someone did, you can control you, and you can control how you view that situation and how it actually ends up, the domino effect from that situation. You deciding that today is a difficult day or today's a bad day really can control how today goes. So today started off not the greatest. Maybe you woke up and had a disagreement with someone. And it, in the past, that would have wrecked your whole day. But you knew improving you can then take the reins, get that control back, and you simply go forward, releasing whatever happened, whatever didn't go well, but just acknowledging that I do want to have a good day. It started off not the best, but that's not how it's going to continue to go. I did not control myself well, but I will control myself going forward. I'm big on apologizing. So reframe, that's something that if you don't want to have to apologize, sometimes getting control of yourself in the moment, knowing that, okay, I don't want to have to apologize for something. So basically with that one, you just want to have constructive talk. No negative talk, but you want to have constructive talk. And then with number 6, you want to make self-care a priority. And it's not the typical, what we hear about self-care, the pampering and the spas and that's not only self-care. And sometimes that's not the most beneficial self-care. Self-care can be you making your sleep a priority. You deciding how you want to eat to best fuel your body, to best get the results that you want to get in your body. Self-care can be simply how you talk to yourself. That can be self-care. How you allow others to talk to you, because we do train people. We teach people how to talk to us, how to treat us. So if you are talking to yourself or treating yourself not in the best way, you then are training people to treat you similarly to how you treat yourself. So that's why I think it's important to how we talk with ourselves, how we treat ourselves. Simple things like, are you rough with yourself, with your simple things? Even something simple as you putting on lotion. And this is very like minuscule, but there's a deeper root of it. Like, if you're brushing a baby's hair, are you like, just like, are you wild and rough? No, because that's something to be treated gently, and it's like, how much more you? Not that you need to be very delicate with yourself, but just even thinking like that, like, how do you treat yourself? So prioritizing the things that can help you operate in your best space. So that's why I mentioned the sleep, the nutrition, the exercising, hydration. These are things that can help you. These are things that can make you better functioning. And then you want to sprinkle on some things on top where it's like, oh, I went and got a massage, or, oh, I'm getting my nails done. Those are like, sprinkles, right? But we're talking about cupcakes and icing. These are the things these are the feel good things that are really the meat of it, But yeah, you can sprinkle a few of those things on there. And think about people that are solely sustaining off of the sprinkles. And I think that can work for a period of time. But if the base of it, you're not really taking the time to nurture and care and build up the base of it, at some point you're going to just be sprinkling sprinkles on the ground or on a plate. Like, there needs to be something to build onto there. So I think us really understanding, what does self-care look like at the root? What does self-care look like with some depth and substance? What does that type of self-care look like? Because, pampering and primming and all that, it does have a place, but is that the base? Is that the base of what self-care is? Or is it just an add-on? And I think they're add-ons. For some people, they're very strong and it's the non-negotiable. And it's like, yes, set your time for the things that you enjoy, but also care for you. The you that needs time, rest, needs proper food, needs to move, have some sort of movement, get your heart rate up to a certain point, break a sweat, release toxins, detox. That's a different level of self-care that I think got replaced maybe by industries because of monetary gain. I don't know, but real self-care doesn't have to cost a lot. It doesn't. And it can be daily. You can do real self-care every day and it not impact you, financially, because whatever your stress or your concerns may be, there's things you can do to help you that are not going to add more stress, which sometimes, I'm somewhere now and I can see a nail salon and those prices are not what they used to be. They're not. They're very different. And you go in there, you could easily spend $100 easily. And I don't know how that can impact your situation, but simply making sure you get this in your system, some water consistently, making sure that you are eating properly, taking a walk around your neighborhood, taking a walk around your house. That is free. Allowing yourself to think, not playing anything in the background. When you take a shower, just really reflect, allow yourself to be creative, come up with things, allow ideas to come into your mind, jot them down, maybe implement them at some point. But these are the things that I think can be forgotten when we think of the word self-care. So I just wanted to dive into that one a little bit more. One more on self-care. You can just journal things that you're grateful for. You can just write those things down. Some people call it gratitude journaling. If you already journal, then you could just at the top of your journal for the day, one thing, I'm grateful for a bed to sleep in. I'm grateful for a good night's rest. I'm grateful for sleeping through the night. Whatever it is that you want to jot down, you can just jot down things that you're grateful for. That in itself too can also boost your mindset, boost your morale, boost your whatever, and help you with just, having a greater sense of your emotions being regulated and going into the day. Okay, this video is getting long. I think I'm going to do a part 2 So please stay tuned for part 2 of regulating your emotions. But I hope this has been helpful so far, to what we got to. But I want us to, just grow. I want us to grow, but I want us to share and uplift each other. I do enjoy reading your comments. Those do make me smile. And yeah, so if you haven't already, consider subscribing. You can share this video if you want to, if you thought it's been beneficial so far, and then I'll have the part 2. You can share that as well. If you didn't think it was good, you don't gotta share it. Don't share it then. But leave a comment if you feel inclined to. I love reading them and responding. Yeah, stay tuned for part 2, but I'll see you in the next video. And just keep going through life. Keep going through life, because life's gonna keep going. And but go through it as best as you can, and go through it as if you want someone to learn from you how to live life. I think that'll help us all. We'll help those around us elevate and come along with us on our ascent. So anyways, thanks for watching. This is Cass, your emotional wellness BFF, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.